This meeting is being recorded.
All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give our praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Parkadash. The honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, the women, the children, and the confusion of faith who follow. So I'm the brother Karatazah from the Nebraska camp.
It's the brother Yatazak Ba from the Nebraska camp.
All right, and coming back at you with another lesson. Lord's will, this is gonna be edifying. And we're gonna get into Mark chapter 2, talking about the time when Yahushua was eating with the publicans and the sinners, and going through the commentary. It was very edifying for me. Lord's will is gonna be edifying for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen real quick. Can you see that, bro?
It's black right now. Oh, here we go. It just popped up.
Okay.
All
right. So let me see. My bad. I should have had it set. Oh yeah, we're gonna start here at 15.
Where it says verse 15 right there.
It's familiar.
Okay, it says his familiar converse with publicans and sinners. In verse 15, we are here told that Hamashiach sat at meat in Levi's house, which is Matthew. It says, who invited him and his disciples to the farewell feast he made to his friends when he left all to attend on Hamashiach.
Right. So Matthew he's departing. He's leaving everybody. This is a feast for him to leave because he's gonna go do the work with Yahushua. Okay.
It says, such a feast he made as Elisha did in 1 Kings 19 and 21 to show not only with what cheerfulness in himself, but with what thankfulness to the Most High he quitted all in compliance with Hamashiach's call.
Hey, that's beautiful. He's like, man, I'm so happy that I'm in the truth. I got this word. I'm about to just give it all up and go and preach the gospel. That's the way he was feeling. This is the feeling that we should have. Now, we have the opportunity that we don't have to give up our whole life, but we still give up pieces, And if you have any scriptures, go ahead, and quote them or bring them out. But, he's basically putting off the conversation of the old man.
Okay.
We have to put off the conversation of the old man and leave the world. He literally left his world that he was in, but we have to spiritually leave the world that we were in, okay, and become a new person, and we may lose things in this truth. We may lose a woman. You may not see your child. You may lose a job, your parents, your best friend, your cousin, your auntie. We may lose these people. But hey, what did it say? Cheerfulness, He was thankful to the Most High for him to be chosen, and we have to be thankful for being chosen.
Like the scriptures say, we setting our affection on things above, not on the things of this earth. So we're becoming dead to the things on this earth. But reading on, it says, fitly did he make the day of his espousals to Hamashiach a festival day. This was also to testify his respect to Hamashiach and the grateful sense.
We can't pass over that. I'm sorry, brother. It says that he was the day of his espousals. You know what an espousal is?
A marriage, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. Joseph was espoused to Mary, so that's them basically tying the knot. Spiritually. He's joining himself unto Yahushua, just as we as a nation of Israel are joined into the Most High.
Could I grab this definition?
Go ahead.
Yeah, when you go into the dictionary for the word espousal, one definition is a marriage or engagement. The other says an act of adopting or supporting a cause, belief, or way of life. So yeah, I just wanted to grab that real fast. But it says, this was also to testify his respect to Hamashiach and the grateful sense he had of his kindness, and snatching him from the receipt of custom as a brand out of the burning.
Yeah, snatch him out of the world. All right, go ahead.
So it says that many publicans and sinners sat with Hamashiach in Levi's house, for there were many belonging to that custom house, and they followed him. They followed Levi, so some understand it, supposing that like Zacchaeus, he was chief among the publicans and was rich, and for that reason the inferior sort of them attended him for what they could get. I rather take it that they followed Yahushua because of the report they had heard of him.
So I want to get this real quick. Bear with me here. So this is the definition of a publican, okay? So that we know and understand exactly what a publican is. All right. So Strong's G5057. It says a renter or farmer of taxes among the Roman, usually a man of equestrian rank, a tax gatherer. And that's pretty much what it is. A collector of taxes or tolls, one employed by a publican or a farmer, general in the collection of taxes. The tax collectors were a class detested not only by the Jews, but by the other nations also, but on the account of their employment and the harshness and greed and deception which with they did their job. So basically, you know, they come you making your money, and here come this thinking he want his cut, you know, and said that they were harsh and they were greedy with it. So they're known to like be slimy niggas, if you will. Okay, and it's gonna come up here in a little bit as well. But just so that we know what a publican is and the stigma that's put on these publicans, why the Pharisees are looking down on them as publicans and sinners. Okay.
Okay. So it says, they did not for conscience sake leave all to follow him, but for curiosity's sake they came to Levi's feast to see him. Whatever brought them thither.
Right. So it wasn't that they were convinced that this is the way, the truth, and the light. They were curious. Or what's that Israelite thing? Everyone that in the truth, we've all had that moment where somebody might have seen you, doing the work, or it may see you grow your beard, or you act a little different, or they notice from the grapevine, that you're an Israelite now. And they go, hey man, what's up with that Israelite thing? They're not putting it down, but they curious. And then you tell them, hey, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Deuteronomy 28, and you go in and so on and so forth. But I'm gonna hold on, because we're gonna slow cook this thing. That's basically what they were doing. Same thing, like you called it, bro. The things that's happening right then is happening right now, man, but on a larger scale.
Yeah, most definitely, because that's how most of the time that's how people are come into this truth. We go out on the highways and the byways and we teach, and people come by and their curiosity is piqued. They ask questions. That's how people come in. So like that brother just said, the same thing that was going on then is happening now. It says whatever brought them thither, they were sitting with Yahushua and his disciples. The publicans are here and elsewhere ranked with sinners, the worst of sinners, because commonly they were so general were their corruptions in the execution of that office, oppressing, exacting, and taking bribes or fees to extortion, and accusing falsely. A faithful, fair dealing publican was so rare, even at Rome, that one Sabinus, who kept a clean reputation in that office, was, after his death, honored with this inscription. And there's some Greek, but it says, here lies an honest publican.
Right. So it was so rare to find an honest one that they put that on that man's tombstone. Now, what do you want on your tombstone? You know, here lies an honest publican. But this dude, and that's another way that you can tell, you know, he had one of the worst of the worst jobs. But hey, he could have took bribes. He could have been a crooked nigga, you know, but he was honest with it. You know, his spirit was righteous. He may not have known the way until he met Yahushai, and then he met Yahushai, and it clicked, and then, you know, he went with it, but he was already a righteous man. He was already a good dude. And so many of us, when we were in the world, we were good people. We might not have known the way. We might have, you know, been a little rough around the edges, you know, in dealing in all manner of sin which we were dealing in. But at our core, we were good people. That's why when this truth came, you know, not only did, you know, it sparked something in us, like, that's interesting, but it was made so that we endure, because hey, the elect is the elect from the beginning. Can you get that in Romans? You know what I'm talking about? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men.
Okay, I'm about to grab it right now.
Oh man, they talking about this.
What's that?
They talking about this meeting about to end in 10 minutes.
Oh shoot.
It's cool. They
Okay.
end. We gonna do another one. You know, as soon as this ends, I can see the time at the top. Once we get down to a few seconds, I'll just go ahead and stop it, and then we'll just do another meeting, and then I'll just do part 1 and part 2.
Okay. So this is Romans chapter 11 and verse 4. It says, "But what said the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed to the knee, Salaki, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal."
Yeah. So the Most High has a certain number of individuals who are. Matter of fact, there's another one. That says that they were elect from the beginning. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I can't find it, you know,
But basically, what I'm conveying is that the elect always have been the elect always will be the elect. In every incarnation that we were in, whether it was back in slavery, whether it was back in the Roman captivity, in these times, the elect is going to do elect things.
So it says, because the Jews had a particular antipathy to them in their office, as an affront to the liberty of their nation and a badge of their slavery, and therefore put them into an ill name, and thought it scandalous to be seen in their company. Such as these our blessed Lord was pleased to converse with, when he appeared in the likeness of sinful flesh. It says, the offense which the scribes and Pharisees took at this, it says the offense which the scribes and Pharisees took at this. It says they would not come to hear him preach, which they might have been convinced the edified by, but they would come themselves to see him sit with publicans and sinners, which they would be provoked by.
I'm sorry, brother. Can you repeat that again?
It says they would not come to hear him preach, which they might have been convinced and edified by, but they would come themselves to see him sit with publicans and sinners, which they would be provoked by.
Right. So they didn't come to get edified, which could have, you know, changed their mind. But they seen something that they thought was wrong, so they came to pull up on that. They came up on that kind of time, you know, for was it envy and strife? It's a scripture. Hold on. Some preach Hamashiach.
I know what you're talking about. I gotta find it real fast, but
Philippians 1:15.
This is Philippians chapter 1 verse 15. It says, "Some indeed preach Hamashiach, even of envy and strife, but some also of goodwill."
Yeah.
One preach Hamashiach.
Go ahead.
It says, "The one preach Hamashiach of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bonds."
Yeah, so basically, they would rather meet him on bad terms, come in, start some smoke, opposed to being edified, you know. And I know they're not teaching Yahweh Shai back then, you know, but it's in that same vein, opposed to breaking bread and dealing with the word. They rather see him and catch him up on something and try to convict him.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It says, so it says, they endeavored to put the disciples out of conceit with their master, as a man not of such sanctity and severe morals as became his character, and therefore put the question to them, how is it that he eateth and drinketh with publicans and sinners? No, it is no new thing for that which is both well done and well designed to be misrepresented and turned to the reproach of the wisest and best of men.
Right. So it's a misrepresentation. He's not hanging
Okay.
with publicans and sinners because he's a publican and a sinner.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's gonna break it down, man. Why
Okay.
would he be with them? Why would he just as a man of the most high, when we're on the corner and we're doing our thing and we're on the highways and the hedges, yeah, we're amongst each other, but we're out there for the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're out there for the
Yeah.
people, man. That's what this is about. What did he say when he met the first two apostles? He said, "Man, put your nets down, and I'll make you fishers of men."
Come.
We're sent to the highways and to the hedges.
Come.
Get Jeremiah 16:16 real quick.
Come. This is Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 16. It says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers," said the Lord Yahweh, "and they shall fish them.
Right.
And after will
I will send for many fishers, and they shall fish them." That is our job, man. The Most High sent us out here with a purpose to bring in His men,
Come.
to lift up our voice like a trumpet. That's what we are set to do, and we're not going to be lifting up our voice as a trumpet to men that are already in line to be saved, that are already doing their thing. Yeah, we put these videos, these digital epistles, wherever you want to call it. We put these up for brothers to watch, for to not only spread the word, but to keep brothers going throughout the week, to get your mojo going.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, man, these are for the people that are without. We're not preaching to the choir. We're not out there for our sake. We're out there so that some may be converted. The scripture says that, the angels rejoice in heaven when one is converted.
Mm-hmm.
What did the scripture say about the 100 lamb? If you lost one, would you not go back and get that one and be joyful when you got the one, other than the 99 that's cool? The 99 is already good. What about the one that's struggling?
Mm-hmm.
He needs your help. Our people need our help. And that's what he's doing, man. That's what Yahweh Shai is doing in this sense. He's giving the people what they need.
And just like it says in this commentary, it says it's no new thing for that which is well done and well designed to be misrepresented. Because even though that's what the goal was of Yahweh Shai, that's what the goal is even to this day. When people hear something that they don't like, they're gonna take they're gonna take the worst part of it and just put that up. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna misrepresent it when they're missing the whole point, just like them Pharisees was doing. They were missing the whole point of what was going on.
Hey, so with that being said, we're gonna put this on hold, and here comes part 2.